Fashion Dolls. It feels so great to be back after this little break. Welcome back. It is Transformation Tuesday. Happy April Fool's Day. And I must say, 20 hours, baby. Cory Booker is holding it down on the floor in the Capitol right now. But before we get into all of that, let's catch up with our very special guest who needs no introduction, who's been on the show. I think this is his fifth or fourth interview. I've lost count because we've done so many already. So without further ado, let's welcome back to the dollhouse, Eugene Bracy, Fashion Dolls. Melt. Mm, hello.
Hi.
How are
I'm doing
you?
well.
I'm doing wonderful. It's great to have you back. It's been a minute.
Yes, a few months. I'm always grateful to be here.
Yes, 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 yes. I think this is number 5 or 4. I've lost count because we've done so many.
I want to say 4. It might be 5.
Yes, we'll keep it going. We're gonna keep it going.
Yes,
So
we are.
how has spring been for you so far? We are now in April, and the months are starting to get
Well,
hotter. Excuse me.
is it? Because I'm in Chicago, so the weather is still cold. We had a couple like 70-degree days, but right now it's like 40 something. So, like a couple of days ago, it was like in the early 70s. But out here you can't like wear shorts. Like people be thirsty to wear shorts, and then you wear shorts, you get pneumonia the next day. So if it's like if it's nice outside, I'll still have my winter coat on standby. So I'll walk outside with my winter coat, put it in the car while I'm driving, because at night it's gonna be back down to 40. So we can't. It's too bipolar out here. So how's it out where you at? I
In
know it's
South
not.
Carolina, it's the same thing. The weather goes up and down. It's cool in the mornings and then it warms up in the afternoons. Like right now it's 78, which is why I'm wearing the off the shoulder number today because it is hot. And that's why I have my
I'm
AC
jealous.
over going. So yeah.
I'm so jealous. It's cold. I got my balcony open because it's a little hot in here, but it's cold out there. So yeah, it's in the 40s. So I'm a little chilly. So it's not a spring for me yet. It'll probably be in May. Then report back to me in May or in the summertime, and I can tell you all about it. I might even have the next interview on my balcony because I got a little courtyard view, so I have it on the balcony.
Yes, we need it. We need it. We need it. So how have you been doing? Our last conversation, I can't even remember when. I want to say it was back during the holidays sometime. And now we're in
December,
this,
January.
yes, we're now in the spring months. So it's
Mm-hmm.
awakening season. The flowers are blooming. Where you're at, it's still kind of cool. But down here where
Yeah.
I'm at, the flowers are budding and opening in the springtime. So how has the holidays been for you and how is the springtime going for you so far?
No, as far as the holidays, like Christmas, I got to ride down to my aunt's house with my father. She lives like 2.5 hours away from us in Rockford, Illinois, or like a town by Rockford, Illinois called Loves Park. So I got to spend that time on the road, the 2 hour and a half drive with my dad, and we saw family and everything. My cousin just graduated from film school, my older cousin. So we probably will be collaborating in the future. So I'm excited about that. So y'all will be seeing knowing the name Lavelle Barrett very soon. Shout out to Lavelle. Yeah, the holidays was great. New Year's was fantastic. I went to like 3 parties. Don't really remember much. So it was lit. Holidays was great. Now, as far as the spring season, I already told you it was a little like chilly, nippy out here, but um, spring is going to be great. May is going to be great because I'm going to
Perfect.
reprise my role as Detective Brooks in a film called Revenge Serve Code 2. Now, Revenge Serve Code is a series right now. You can see all 8 episodes on YouTube. But the episodes are too short to put on Tubi, so the director, Felice Tamara Jackson, is going to consolidate it into a film and put it on Tubi. So we'll be shooting the sequel in May. So I think my first shoot date is May 17th. Also, I just shot, I made an appearance in a series called Bafia. I just filmed that this Sunday, Sunday morning. I play an alderman. So I got to dress up, in my suit and everything, because I don't get to dress up in suits a lot. So that's fun. I'm in early talks of doing a period piece. I did a film called Communified a few years ago, and I played a tailor. As a gentleman that owns a tailor shop named Mr. Barnes. So Mr. Barnes may be getting his spinoff. He owns a tailor shop, and he's also a vigilante. And it's a period piece because it takes place a few months before Martin Luther King Jr.'s
Wow.
assassination. So
Yes.
it's like I want to say January of 1968, and which I will also be co-writing that. So yeah,
And it's
so
important.
spring is gonna be looking up
And
for me. I'm excited about it.
you have a lot coming up from what you just said in a period piece. And these times we need that. We
Yeah.
need that. We need to know about these other historical figures. We talk a lot about Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but we also need to know about the other figures as well, too, that came before him. So it's important that we preserve this history. And congratulations. This is going to
Thank
be big.
Yes, yes, yeah, and then you were also going to learn some information like on the Black Panther Party as well. And so I'm doing research on Black Panther Party, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and then I think what was it like the was it the Tulsa the massacre, the 1921 massacre?
Yes.
Yeah,
First
I'm doing
Black on Wall Street.
yes. So I'm doing research on that as well. I'm interested in telling that story too, the very tragic story. So yeah, that's pretty much what's coming up in following months.
Now, any producing or writing coming up? What else are you manifesting for the year 25? Because we're like smack dab in the spring season. Before you know it, April, May, June, July, and then so forth and so on. So, what else are you manifesting for this year altogether?
So right now, my laptop is still down, broken. I'm in the process of getting a new laptop, so I just want to do the Mr. Barnes story. I do want to create some more content as far as because I think I did tell you a few months ago I did write something in 2023, but and I was going to produce the project, but it didn't really get off the ground. So I I still want to like produce new stuff. I have an idea of I don't. Have you ever heard of the singer Sabrina Claudio?
If I see her, I'll probably know.
Yeah, she has a song called "Unravel Me." And I think another song. She has love songs called "I Belong." It's called "Belong to You." There's a song that she has called "Better Version." That she is in a relationship with this guy, and she's like in love with him, but like he's not fulfilling her, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and she dreams of falling in love with a better version of him. So I kind of wanted to write a short story on that, where like she goes to like a sorceress and she makes a wish and she kind of gets like a better version of him, like it's kind of like a robot type thing, love story. So I'm in early stages of developing that. But other than that, I've also been managing, and which coincides with the industry. I've been doing self-care for 2025. I think that's very important. So one of my industry friends, like she's trying to be an esthetician. She's going to school to be an esthetician, and so she wanted me to kind of like be her guinea pig, and to be one of her case studies for school. So I've been going and getting like the facials and everything. They sent me home with different stuff as far as the cleanser. I had to buy the toner, but scrub, moisturizer. Also, they made sure I went and bought sunscreen. So, but when I went to the first meeting, my skin was like so dry, and she did a before and after picture. So after she exfoliated the skin, and then she put like this mask on me, and it smelled like chocolate pudding. And I don't even like chocolate pudding, Stevie, but it smelled so good. And then like I wish I can show you the before and after picture. Like my skin was like glowing. It was like, oh, like it was beautiful. So I went back for a second treatment, and then once I get my April schedule from work, I'm gonna go back, and she's gonna keep doing it because when she saw my skin, because I went back 2 weeks later, when she saw my skin and the process that it was, she almost cried because she saw the difference. It's not that dry anymore. So and my mom has been trying to get me to do like skincare since I was in my 20s. She used to like,
Oh yeah.
I got some stuff upstairs. This is when I was living with her. I got some stuff upstairs, and I just let me give you a facial once a week, and I just kind of blew it off. And I kind of got eczema. It's kind of I definitely have some behind my ears.
Oh
I
yeah.
went to a dermatologist this year, and so they gave me special stuff to get rid of that. So I've been, and it's been getting better. So definitely self-care, skincare, and that also coincides with the industry because when you're on camera, you want your skin to look flawless. So, and it has been, and I've been posting after I've been getting my hair, and I have two barbers, and they've been telling me they was like, oh, the skin, the guy and the girl barber, they both been saying your skin is amazing, and the girl barber, she takes time on my face, like I have a bald head, so it usually takes about 20 minutes to do me up, and then I leave. She takes a whole hour because she like massages it. She puts all this type of ointment on it. It's got like tea tree oil.
Oh
It's
yeah.
got rosemary oil. All this stuff. I wish I could tell you everything. It's so much. It's a concoction. She even gave me a little bottle for free, and I've been using it. And it's been working wonders. Like, and when you leave the barber shop, you want to feel like I feel like a supermodel. And my dad is so opposed to me going to the barber. He wants me to do it myself, but like, I come from parents that like they believe in don't half-ass do anything. So if I do it myself, it's just I mean I've tried, but it's just not. I want somebody professional to do it. My dad was like, they're gonna mess up your face. They're gonna go against the grain. I'm like, sir, they study hair. They study the face and all that stuff. I don't have no craters or nothing on my face, so I'm like, Father, dear, relax. So definitely skincare, self care. Also, like going to the movies, going out to eat by myself. Like also, my doctor did tell me that like I have, I might be getting like high cholesterol, so I've been trying to eat more healthier. And so instead of like cakes, pies, and cookies, like my snacks will be like granola bars, trail mix. They gotta have cranberries in it. Been cutting down on the alcohol, stuff like that. But I must say, I do go to this place called Morisco's La Serena. It's a seafood spot, and then all the seafood in that little concoction you're not supposed to have, but I gotta have a cheat day. It's crab legs, it's mussels, it's even a little octopus. Now I know that might sound a little nasty, but a little bit chopped octopus, it won't hurt nobody. It's not that bad. And also going to the show by myself, to the movies by myself, is quite therapeutic. And I recommend, if you haven't seen Magazine Dreams starring Jonathan Majors, amazing. Have you heard of it? Or heard
I've
about
heard of
it?
it, and I'm so glad you're touching on this. It's so crazy and ironic that you've mentioned self care because Pure Luxe Salon, shout outs to Pure Luxe Salon, always showing me so much love and support, offers some of the services that you're saying, which is if you want that deep tissue massage, if you want a scalp massage as you're getting your hair shampooed, if you want your brows thread, all of those services she offers in her salon, and it goes to every single hair texture. So she knows how to work with every single hair texture, everything. So it's important that we indulge in self care. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that. And I'm going to go back to what you also just said about seafood. We're not supposed to have seafood. I believe in moderation.
Yeah,
So when it is something that you love, when you said I cut out the cakes, cookies, and pies, I smiled because me, not so much. I love being on the thick side. I remember I had the washboard abs and everything, but I just love my thickness. I love my voluptuousness, my curves. And then
yeah,
when
and
you
you're a
guys see
Southern
me take
girl,
the
so y'all.
pictures,
Yeah,
when y'all see me take the pictures, you're just like, God, she's thick. Yes. And I love it. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world everywhere. So, I mean, I tell everybody this: if it's eating, if it's something that you love, do it in moderation and then go and work out afterwards. That's what
yeah.
I would tell people.
Yeah, and then that's another part of my self care. I'm gonna go back to the gym because I do got a little stomach for because I be still be drinking. Like the doctor said cut down on the drinking, but I love me some tequila, and I'm a type of person, I love mixed drinks. Like I make all type of mixed drinks. Like I have this one drink. I don't know if I can say the name of it on here, but I'm gonna tell you what's in it. It's got tequila, peach schnapps, cranberry juice, and pineapple juice, and it's like a tropical taste to it. Now I can't take credit for me creating that concoction because I be getting these recipes from Facebook, but it's delicious. And then especially when I make it for females, they love it. Like I went to a party one time and I made this particular drink, and the girls they saw me make it. They was like, "Can you make us some?" I'm like, "Y'all know it's bring your own bottle, right?" But I share and they love it. And like then I start getting a little line. I'm like, okay, y'all gonna have to buy me some more Espolón tequila. As we are all also we call it the dead homies because it's got a picture of like little like dead skeletons on it. So we call it Espolón, aka the dead homies. Y'all gotta buy me some more bottle of dead homies if y'all gonna keep drinking this. But moderation. So I went down from drinking socially 3 days a week to like one because I'm going out tonight for karaoke for my friend's birthday. So that's another self care thing. I like to go out party. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be drinking tonight for sure.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah.
and when you with your friends karaoke, that's the best time. You're celebrating. You know that you're safe. You're in a safe environment. Have fun and live in moderation. And I think for all of us as Black people, that's what I'm telling. Through all of the craziness that is going on, we have to have a distraction. And I've seen so many
Mhm.
people going out with their friends, learning the what is it, boots on the ground dance. My cousin had her birthday. She just celebrated her birthday back in March. And I said, God, cuz I wish I was there. And she got to walk in the fashion show and everything. And this is in North Carolina. And I told her, I said, God, cuz I wish I could be there. And at the time, my mom was in the hospital. Just got through having a major operation. They found a blood clot, but thank the Lord they found it in advance because it could have gotten a whole lot severe. It could have gotten a whole lot worse. And so it was
She's
just a
good
bad
now.
time. Yes, my mom is good. Like she bounced back. Well, today I'm blonde and my mom's a redhead. So
Y'all
so she
having
is
fun.
doing fine. She is doing fine, and that is through the grace of God. And another story of that, a testament of bouncing back, is I have a puppy. You guys know that I have a puppy. And I brought her on, I think, when we did one of our interviews, if I'm not mistaken. I brought her on with
I don't
me.
think I met
And
her.
yeah, Coco, she should be. You guys take a look at the pictures. I think it's from a few weeks ago. I posted an outfit of the day, and I took some pictures with her so you guys can see her. My baby had to get some teeth removed, y'all. Yeah, just like we have to get wisdom teeth pulled, her teeth were loose, and my brother them just caught wind of it, and so we had to go and get her teeth taken out so it wouldn't cause her any pain. But she is
Oh,
doing well as well too. So my baby can only have soft foods right now. She can't eat the pebbles like the dog pebbles that dogs regularly eat. So we have to get her soft food until she fully recovers. But she's doing well, finished up her medication. Just like we take gabapentin, they give gabapentin for dogs, but it is very sweet and they love it. They love it. They just
oh,
lick
it's
it.
strong
Yeah.
though, right?
Yes. Ours
Gabapentin is
has a bitter taste. The pill, it has a very bitter taste to it. Gabapentin is for like pain. They help you rest and pain, but theirs has a very sweet smell to it. It has a very
mm-hmm.
sweet smell and taste to it for them, and they love it. Like we had to literally make sure we wipe the medicine bottle off because it gets sticky. But she is doing well. My mom is doing well as well too. But my cousin, when she was celebrating her birthday, because they had a whole birthday gathering for her, she sent me videos. They were literally doing the boots on the ground dance and everything. I said, God, cuz I wish
Fan.
I was there. Yes, the
That
fans and
okay.
everything,
What's your
line
name?
dancing. So have fun, live. That is a form of self care. And that is something that I preach avidly on my platform here. Hence why I come on rejuvenated, happy, because I feel good. I even take breaks. Knowing me, I do this platform 5 days a week. Like
Yeah.
tomorrow, we have two shows lined up, two interviews lined up, back to back, 3 and 4. And this is like, my God, how does she do it? It's because I take those breaks. Make sure that you're taking time for yourself. And on my downtime, I really had to help my mom recoup after that operation, help her get back on her feet, make sure that she had everything that she needed. And then I had to make sure that I took care of myself in the process too. So it's a balance. You just make sure that you balance things out. But for me, how did I come back rejuvenated that little break? Um, Making sure that I don't take in so much of everything that's going on in the world, making sure that I focus on family as well too. Those are methods of self-care. For
Yeah.
me, I love to get my hair done. I love to get my nails done. I'm always pampering myself, always changing my look. I do not like to stay the same. It has to be a different thing with me. So who knows what tomorrow's look is going to look
Yes,
like? Who
you
knows what the
change
next?
it every day. Every day.
I, you
That's
know
a
what?
lot. It's
One of my
amazing though.
guests, one of my guests, Ryan Keithley, says that he said every interview that I've seen you done, you don't look the same. There's something different about you. It's her hair. Yes, I don't like to stay the same. I get bored with my hair easily. So who knows what color it's going to be tomorrow? If it's going to be red, if it's going to be black, if it's going to be. Lately, I've been digging the black. Everybody's been loving the black hair. My
I was
eyes
a
are brown.
blonde too. Are you having more fun as a blonde?
Yes, I had to tap into my Maryland today. I had to tap into my inner Marilyn Monroe today. Hence the earrings, hence the off the shoulder number. I wanted to tap into Maryland. And plus, it's the springtime. Springtime is more so like an awakening. So, lightening your hair or going for a lighter hair color it does something to you. When I think of blonde, I also think of sunshine. So, it just does something to me. Like bright colors, pastel colors, they do something for me. And I had a conversation last week with Travis J. Winters. We were covering men's fashion trends, and we were saying
Mhm.
how bright colors were the thing that you can see this season, as we're both color coordinated for the springtime. And I want people to tap into more of that as well too. That's a form of self-care. So find your favorite color, dress in your favorite color. That's a form of self-care. Another
Can
method
I
of
show
self-care.
my shirt?
Go
I
ahead, I'm
gotta show my
sorry.
okay, I show my shirt with I bought this shirt. I love it.
Yes.
I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, so if you can't tell who's on it, that is Lauren
Oh,
Hill,
oh,
right? Yes, and it's got my favorite quote on it. I might be too close. I don't want to knock my stand over, but y'all might know the
I
song. How
see
you
it.
gonna win? How you gonna win when you ain't right within?
Yes.
Lost Ones Chapter 2, The Miseducation of Lauren Hill. When I saw that shirt online, I had to get it. Now, the site, they was tripping like it took 2 months to get the shirt after I ordered it, and then it wouldn't I didn't get a confirmation number or a tracking number or nothing, so I thought it was gonna be lost in the mail. But I ordered it like right after our interview. If you After our interview, I didn't get it till like February. I was like, what the hell is my shirt? But when it came, it just fits so nicely, and it's like my second time wearing it, and I want to wear it before the weather breaks because it's a sweater. So yeah, I love this. And then I don't really wear a lot of purple. I do get some purple shoes like Jordans to match it. So I gotta rock it. So and then like I'm always wearing black. I think I'm a little gothic at heart. So I'm trying to wear I wear more brown, and the brown complements my skin tone,
Oh
but
yeah.
like I'm trying to wear a little more brighter colors like you said. So I had to rock this purple. So
Yes, bright colors enhance your mood. And lavender, purple was my color from last season, season
okay.
18, season 19. Currently, we chose blue, uh, we chose blue, silver, and black, all in the stage of Beyonce's Renaissance. That whole silver platinum, I wanted platinum everything for this season, whereas the previous season before the backdrop was purple, blue, and those were the colors that people resonated with the most. But I always try to change up, so who knows what it's going to be for the next season and the next season to come, each backdrop, each look. So I always try to go with the color scheme. But fashion is about playing with the color wheel and doing things you wouldn't normally do outside of in your comfort zone. So it's about
Yeah,
stepping out on faith and trying it. You never know unless you try it. So a lot of
I'm.
people just be bold in your approach to set you free. Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna do that this year as well. I'm just gonna play with some fashion. There's a guy named I think his name is Trey Bryant, and like he gives tips on his website about fashion. And I'm just now I'm gonna be 40 this year, so I'm trying to dress a little more mature and like kind of like maybe lose like the gym shoes, not as much. I'm still gonna rock my gym shoes, especially like my low cuts. And I like some Vans and like sneakers, but I'm gonna try to be even more preppy, like look more businessman look this summer. Just more posh, more stylish to complement my mature age. So I can't wait to start doing that. I'm gonna start. Yeah, it's time to spring shop now. So.
This is
And
the
I know
best
you love you
time.
some retail therapy.
I do, and I'm so glad you mentioned that. I have new looks coming pretty soon. So I had to go through a review. My mom has no clue, but I'm pretty sure she's going to say, girl, that's short. Girl, you that's too much boo. That's too much this, this too.
Hmm.
But I love it though. I love it. It springtime fashion is like an unveiling. It's like an awakening because whereas the winter months, everything is still cold where Eugene is at, but down here it's warm. So that's why I have my little air conditioning going over here. That's what you guys heard. And I wanted to make sure that everything was perfect for this season as far as color. Spring fashion is about unveiling and unawakening for all of us. Like the flowers bloom. Like we have some beautiful pink flowers in the yard. And then these purple, about the color of Eugene's sweaters, flowers that bloom every spring year.
Oh,
And I said, oh my God, I have to take a picture in front of those. Those are so gorgeous. So it's one gown in particular that I haven't worn on the show yet, and it is beautiful. It's black. So just like you wear the black, I wear black too. And it's this beautiful gown that has these long, it's like a cape. So I haven't worn it yet, but you guys have to
that
stay tuned.
sounds
I have a couple pieces
nice.
that I haven't worn yet. Yeah.
And I love cakes. Like it's funny you said that. I have a thing for cakes because like for Halloween, like I dress up sometimes. I like dressing like like a phantom. Like I think in 2018 I was dressed as a phantom, and it gave me a chance to be like dressed up instead of being like scary. I had on my white button-up shirt. I had on my slacks, my Stacey Adams, and then I had a long black cape. And then I had the half mask on, and you could see one my side of my face, and then the black mask, and it fits so perfectly, like on my nose and everything. I don't know. I just love long capes. And then I remember I did a play back in college. I was like 21. It was a children's show called Two Rainbows, and the crazy it was a children's show because I was a devil with three wives. I'm like, what type of children's show is this? But I had this. It was a raw cape, and I had on a similar like white shirt and like some. I think I had on tights though, and it was like a black and red cape, and it was kind of shiny. And I should have went to the costume director, and she said I could have had it for $5, but for some reason I didn't get it. But ever since then, I love wearing capes. I can be a phantom every Halloween just so I can wear cape. And then I did it again for my friend's birthday party. She had a masquerade ball, and I went there with that cape on. I think I had on some gloves. Killing it,
I love
killing it.
capes too. I had this pink, you guys remember the pink one that I wore? I think that was back in 2021. And it had a gold belt around it. It was so beautiful. And the arms were very, very long. So I had to be careful not to trip over them. I've worn several long gowns on the show, and I had to make sure that I did not trip on the train or anything. That would have been so embarrassing. Like, oh my God, she just fell. What just happened? Camera down, everything. I'm down with the camera. So I have to be very, very careful. That's why I always go for short or semi long, where it's like, okay, it's got a little slit over here, and I can just lift the train up and go. But some of these gowns are so heavy to the point where it'll probably require not just one person to carry it, but maybe about four other hands with you. But I don't have that problem. But I typically can do it myself and then sit down in the chair and be like, okay, all right. And I have
You
the
ain't
train
scared
already
nobody
lifted
stepping
up.
on it.
Yes. What were you saying?
You ain't scared nobody stepping on it. The
That's the
train.
scary part. See, it's when it's just me right here in my room, I don't have to worry about it. If I step on it, it's fine. But yes, if I'm wearing it out and somebody steps on it, yes, that's my fear.
Ooh, I just don't want. I don't want you to get a hole in the back of your dress. That would be so
Oh,
tragic.
yeah. But always have a backup plan in case something like that happens. So I
Okay.
always try to get at least two options of another outfit. Like today, I also wanted to do a pantsuit, but I'm just like, it's too hot. So let's just go ahead and do an off the shoulder evening gown. Beautiful for the springtime. Perfect springtime color, which is that citron light green color, and I just fell in love with it ever since. Before I was opposed to green. I'm just like, no, I don't want to wear green. I don't want to wear green. But it is something about the color green. I think of pistachio.
Oh,
So why not try it? Why not try it? And it's in the yellow family, but it's in the green family.
oh,
That neon yellow color. So I fell in love with that color ever since then and haven't stopped wearing it.
Why,
That and orange.
why were you apprehensive about green at first?
I'm just like, because before I was really ignorant as it pertains to color, my mom would dress me in certain things. And I'm just like, oh my God, I hate green. That's such a boy's color. Put me in some pink or something, light. And
Or
even
you
with that, I
you
just
can green?
experiment with different things. But even then, even in high school, I didn't even want my birthstone on my ring because my ring was like my birthstone for October would be like a rose quartz. So I got a different, I think, for April, which is almost close to like that diamond thing. So I said you had the option of getting your own birthstone or you could get another birthstone.
But
And I got the one I think for April, which is silver. I had to go back and look. But now I'm confident with wearing any color. It can be orange, it can be green, it can be red, it can be tie-dye. I've done it all. I've worn all sorts of
I haven't worn
designs.
tie dye
Yeah.
since sixth grade, but I like tie dye.
I do too. And it's so fun. With fashion, it has no age, it has no bounds. So experiment and step out outside of your comfort zone and try things you wouldn't normally try. And have fun with it. When I think of fashion, I think of Bessie Johnson because with her, she proves that age, time and time again, you don't you don't have to worry about your age. Just have fun with it. And I have fun with it.
I
And
don't
that's
know
what I love.
who it is. I'm not familiar with her.
Bessie Johnson. Okay, if you yeah, very colorful. If you're like me and you like legal, for example, okay, if you guys have seen the film Legally Blonde, everything with her back in the day was pink. Elle Woods was pink and colorful and lively. That's Bessie Johnson. She's the same way. Moschino, very animated as well too. So designers like that, if you like the, how can I say it, like cartoon characters. So if you like teddy bears, Moschino was known for doing the teddy bear jacket. If you go back in time and look at it, so I mean, fashion is all about having fun. Every designer has his own way of doing what I like to call art pop. Marc Jacobs just recently, not too long ago, did it with his collection, and we've seen Cardi B wearing the collection at I think New York Fashion Week. She showed up to one of the shows and she had the bag and everything. And it was almost like how, if you go into a comic book and they have the captions and the dots, that's exactly kind of like what his collection looked like. So I look at designers like that are very fun, colorful, and especially in these times, the color trend is no limits. So blue, green, orange. It was one orange dress that I wore on the show, and people went crazy over it because it had the abs and the stomach out and everything. And it was just like, my God, your waist, and the dress was clad. So it goes back to what Eugene just said about, are you scared of the dress ripping or something? That dress was so cling to my body. It was almost like I was wearing a glove. It's like anything I put on, it's like it fits like a glove. It fits snug. So my fear was me sitting down or bending over and the dress ripped. That's how clad it was. And that dress I'm looking at on my bed currently, you guys can't see it, but I can see it because I was going to wear it today. I loved it so much. At first I was scared because I'm like, okay, what if something rips and the dress already has cutouts near the stomach area on the sides? So I have to put up a picture of it. I have to put up a picture of it so you guys can see it because I've worn so many. You guys are like, you've done so many. I can't even keep up with them. I have a whole Pinterest with every single, I do like a lookbook on Pinterest where you guys can go back and see, okay, you've done this, you've done this, you've done this. It's a whole thing. And I have to pin that in my stories. If you guys follow my stories, I'll put all that there. But it's one orange dress in particular, had the cutouts near the stomach, and I was so scared, Eugene. I said, what if this dress rips on the side? My nails are already long.
Yeah,
So if my nail gets caught in this dress or something happens, oh, can't wear this today. What am I going to do? Yeah, we going to have a problem. But the dress is so gorgeous. I love it. I love it, and I will wear it again. It's in good condition, and I would definitely wear it again.
yeah.
But
My
that's
favorite
about
color is
I
blue.
love
I love
it.
blue. It's been my whole life, and I like different shades of blue. Like blue, I was one time I was rocking a lot of baby blue, but I love navy blue, all type of shades of blue. And then my brother, when he got married, but in 2010, I found out I didn't even know his favorite color was blue. Because we're 14 years apart, so like we still be learning each other, but like when I found I was in the wedding and I was living in California at that time and I came back home and I found the colors were like blue and white. I was like, oh, he's like my twin. It was like I did not know it was your favorite color. Like blue has always, and my best friend, she can't stand the color blue, but she likes red. She's Virgo. She's very, alpha female, vibrant. She's a firecracker. She's always on here. She might be on here now. Thigh matriarch. She loves your show, but she loves the color red. And it fits her. It's vivacious and sexy.
Yes,
It's
it's
what she
passionate.
is. So, yeah, she's very passionate. So, but I like blue. I think blue is sexy. It's mysterious. It can be fun. So, like me and her have a lot in common, but like as far as our favorite colors, no, it's totally opposite. But I will rock some red though. I don't have a lot of red, but I think I'm gonna try, like you said, to be bold. I'm gonna try some red this summer. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Live
That's what it's about. Fashion is
loud.
about being bold. Red was one of the colors that your friend likes red, but red was, you guys can see my nails are red. But red was one of the colors that I also dreaded as well too, because I was thinking about, oh, this represents the gang. My mom was trying to put me in these red jeans and that before I didn't want to wear it. But as I got older, I want to say middle school, close to high school was when I started to develop my own sense of style. I didn't really dress like the other kids. I more so wore suspenders. I wore dress shirts. I wore suits. Like if you think of who's an actress? I cannot remember that actress, but she wore suits. She wore dresses from time to time, but in her, it's not Marlene Dietrich. It's one of these actresses from way, way, way back in the day. And Joan Crawford, I think it was Joan Crawford, if I'm not
I love
mistaken. I think she wore suits. She didn't just wear evening gowns, but she wore suits. And we're starting to see that trend recirculate. A lot of women are wearing what we call power suits. And I've worn some here on the platform as well too. And that's what I was stuck between, either the orange dress or either a power suit today. And I just said, it's too hot. I want to be comfortable. And this gown is, that feels like silk on my body, like it's hugging me and caressing me in all the right places. And I said, okay, this is the one we're going to go with today. It's perfect for spring. Pistachio, it makes me think about pistachio and anything green, sherbet, anything. So let's wear this one. It's comfortable. But also keep in mind during the spring, summer months is going to be getting hotter. So a lot of us have to dress for comfort and dress how we feel according to our moods. So that's what fashion is about. It's also about your moods and how you feel. So who knows how I'll be feeling tomorrow? I might be feeling a two piece. I might be feeling a mini. I might be feeling a gown. It all depends. But I always try to look through and find inspiration from some sort of way before I come back on.
Yeah. And when you were saying that you were experimenting in high school, that you remind me so much of my high school friend Alameda, God rest her soul. She used to always dress different all the time, and then at that time she was working at Guess, so she was like, I always call her the fashionista. Her hair was different, like not every day, but like every week. And one time, and she was dark skinned girl, beautiful chocolate skin, and like I know she had like a long like blue ponytail one time. And this is back in the early 2000s, so she had like different shoes. Some of them be kind of clunky, some would be like I would always. We had chemistry class together, so I would always love to see how is she gonna dress today. So like when you were experimenting back in high school with your clothes, like how did the other kids react to it? Were they like, how is Stevie gonna dress today, or were you teased by it, or did they love it? How did they react
It was
to it?
different. It was different to the point where my assistant principal said, "Hey, I love this seersucker." I remember I paired a seersucker, or was like this marine print. It was blue and white. I still have it with gold buttons and a pair of white skinny jeans. And people went crazy over it. And she was like, pull it down because I'm very, like, again, very curvy, coming to my own. And they was like, pull the jacket down because I had like a shirt up underneath it. And it was very tailored, sort of like Ralph Lauren, very tailored to fit. And I just I got the blazer from, I think, a thrift store. And the dress shirt I got from Route 21, which I hate that it closed down. They
Oh,
said that they were closing down all the Route 21 stores, and I got the dress shirt from there, and the skinny jeans also from there as well too. They were white, so my mom picked them out, and oh my God, my sister principal, she loved it. Other kids loved it. They went crazy over it. And after I graduated, that's when I started coming into my own as far as style, experimenting with gowns and off like what I'm wearing today, off the shoulder. Um, and my most insecure body part to dress for was my leg because I have a scar on my leg when I
oh,
fell off a bicycle when I was younger. And I said, okay, we're gonna do capri pants. But now you can't stop me now from wearing the legs out. I love it. So there is no skirt that is too short for me. There is no slit that is too high for me. And I remember B Brown actor singer who always comes in here from time to time. And he was here when we did one of our interviews. He said that's a nasty split in that dress. And it was one dress I wore during the winter holidays. And it was green and it had a high slit all the way up to like my thigh, and people
okay.
were just like, but I got it. Shout outs to my girl, Blue Haze Clothing, black owned in the Atlanta area. I said, oh girl, I got to have this dress. And as soon as I wore, no, it was the black dress that had the chain and the back was all the way exposed around the waist. Women wanted that same exact black dress. So
Okay.
it sold out. I don't know what happened. What did I do, or what did she do? But that dress sold out within hours, just from me wearing
You,
it.
you out here trending, Stevie.
And it's I try to set my own trends. I try to set my own trends. I don't try to be like anybody else. I try to go and carve my own path, and that's what fashion
Yes,
is
I
about.
love that. I wish I can do that. I'm still trying to learn my own. I'm not the best dressed, but I'm much better over the years because in high school I couldn't dress, and in college I definitely couldn't dress. And some of my friends with us, I was friends like one of my basketball player friends would tell me you cannot dress. I could not dress back in the day, and this is in high school. I was in high school like in the late '90s, early 2000s, and we had remember those windbreaker
Oh,
outfits
oh
when you
yeah,
walking down the hall. You hear
Stoobies. Yes.
Yes, I had those, and then we was wearing those baggy clothes, and I was, I'm a little thicker now, but back then I was only like weighing 140 pounds, and I'm wearing 2X and 3X, so like my clothes it would drown. I would drown. My mom was like, I'm so glad that you got away from that big clothes era, all the big ass clothes you was wearing. So
But it's a trend. People do oversized clothes, oversized jackets. Sometimes I've shopped in the men's section, but it's a trend when women do it because we've seen Rihanna do it. Like Rihanna, Lady Gaga have done it where the suits would be oversized and they'd be so petite and thin, but it would be a fashion staple for women. So I mean, I ordered a men's jacket and I ordered it in the biggest size that I could get, and I made it a fashion staple. So you make it a fashion staple. Oversized clothing, baggy clothing, that was a thing of the 90s, as you said. And a lot of those trends are coming back. We're seeing that. So it's just like fashion history repeats itself. I don't believe that skinny jeans would go out of style. No, people are still wearing jeans. People are still rocking denim, but it's just denim reimagined. So
yeah,
everybody has their own way of doing
it's a
it. Yeah.
cycle because back in like the early and mid '90s, that's when the baggy clothes was out. So if a guy was wearing like tight skinny stuff, we would get you get talked about you or beat up or whatever because like I remember one time I was walking around my neighborhood and I guess my shorts were a little too tight. They was like, look at that dude wearing them little tight shorts. So everything was like big back then. But then as the years went on, I would say like around 2007, the one guy who said you can't dress, he was like, stop wearing them baggy clothes because now tighter fitting clothes are in. So then everybody started wearing the skinny jeans and everything tight clothes. So it's like a cycle. It's like Clockwork Orange. It
Oh
comes
yeah.
back around after because that was popular back in the late '80s. And especially with the jeans with the holes in them, because I got some of those too. Those were hot. And I remember my Uncle Joe, he had on some of those, like blue jean jacket, all that stuff. And he had the cut out, holes in the jeans. But like in the '90s, it was nothing but baggy stuff. The rappers was wearing like Snoop Dogg and all of them was wearing like baggy clothes. But then about a decade later, tighter clothes were in again. So yeah, it's just recycling.
And it's funny you mentioned the 80s. A lot of trends from the 80s are coming back, like the over exaggerated shoulder pads,
Yeah.
uh, neon print. All of these things were a thing in the 80s. And a lot of these designers, from St. Laurent to who's another one, Sergio Hudson, picks up from the 80s and the 90s. So the inspiration, fashion repeats itself. So if you go back and you look at time, which is what I do. Like I said, I read a lot of fashion magazines. So I incorporate a little bit in these different style eras from the 80s to the 70s to the 90s into the way I currently dress, and I make it modern and I add my own thing into it. So that's where I get it from. You got to be original and be as creative as possible when it comes to uh, styling and dressing yourself. You have the essentials right there in your closet, like your leather jacket. Don't throw that leather jacket out. Don't throw that turtleneck
Never.
out. Don't throw those jeans out. Denim always goes around in style, so take advantage of it. Um, the windbreaker suits, like the what is it? Juicy Couture. Juicy Couture makes the track suits. That was a thing of the old thousands. And
Yeah.
a lot of people are starting to bring those back, but put their own spin onto it. With the shorts, as you said, a lot of the shorts. So I mean, be as creative as possible. The Y2K fashion era is definitely making a comeback.
I
So
don't know about
me, I
the
more
with the
so,
wind.
yeah, the windbreakers too.
It's so noisy because you can hear me coming. I can hear you coming down the hall.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's that. I
I
like
I
sandpaper.
can't do that no
That's the best
more. I
amount of
can't.
sounds.
You
Um,
can't sneak you can't commit a crime. Can't sneak and do nothing with them outfits on.
you can hear it from a mile away. Now one thing that I do love is those puffer jackets. And a
Oh,
lot of us from childhood remember those puffer jackets, how our moms would
oh,
dress us in the puffer jackets, and then they would put the sweater hat on our heads. So those were a thing. They'd be like, okay, they dress us up in layers. Real talk, in layers, because they didn't want us to get sick. But puffer jackets, Montclair has finally teamed up. A lot of designers are taking page and saying, hey, we're going to bring this back. We're going to revive this. Um, Me personally, I love denim. I love denim.
yeah,
I'm a denim fanatic, and I think that it is a perfect staple for the spring. All year long is a perfect staple. I love silk. Like the dress, like I said, the dress that I'm wearing today is like satin or silk, that very soft material. Um, Another that I like going back to the 60s. I like going back to the 70s, back to the 80s. I mean, different time periods of fashion. And I could tell you what outfit I wore, what era that was, or what, either by the hairstyle or by what I'm wearing. I could tell you what it was inspired by or from. So I pull inspiration from some sort of way, but you're just like, we see the inspiration, but who was it behind that look? Who inspired what look? So I mean, it's easy to go back in time and just look at pictures and reminisce what was I thinking. Even our childhood photos when our parents would dress us, and I know my mom would dress me and my sister just alike. Like it's literally one photo of us dressed alike together in this blue, in this red, green plaid suit. But see, my sister had her hair up in this little bun. She had the afro textured hair. And then I had the Kangol hat. I have to find these pictures, y'all. It's been so long, but I can remember it like it was yesterday. This was around the time my dad's mom was living. And my mom would dress me and my sister just to like, God rest her soul.
mm,
And I still have that picture where we're both dressed in that red and that green plaid, like a Christmas. You know how the chairs, the old furniture would look? That's how we were dressed. So
mm-hmm.
I have to look up that photo. But even as a child, I always knew style was something that I wanted to get into. And I started just doing my own. Doing
The
my own,
60s,
doing my own.
yeah, 60s would be so perfect for you because that is a colorful era. And then when you said gowns, like I like the Supremes. I love the Supremes, and they was rocking a lot of beautiful gowns. Like I still can see you like rocking like a Supreme like gowns. I think they actually have a book. I think Mary Wilson, God rest her soul. I think she made a book dedicated to all the gowns that the Supremes wore.
Yeah.
And you should. I'll find it for you, and maybe I can send it to you,
Yes,
and maybe you
please
can
do.
get some inspiration from that. Like when you pop out, like the Supremes, like their gowns, I can so see you dress getting your Diana Ross on for sure.
And it's so crazy you mentioned her because she's on my wall. If you look in the picture I took today, she's right behind me. I have a wall of women, and we touched on this the last time you were here. Diana Ross is on the wall. Grace Jones is on the wall. Who else is on that wall? Taraji P. Henson, Beyonce, Kamala Harris, the most stylish black women all together. And if you look behind me, whenever I take my OOTD of the day, you'll see those women right behind me. So Diana Ross, definitely for sure. She wore a lot of like the style dresses that I'm wearing today, which is off the shoulder. Um, Another would be In Vogue, the girl group In Vogue. Definitely get a lot of inspiration from them because they were so classy, they were so sexy, they were so elegant.
I
So I
love
try to
that.
embody those women as well too. With little black dresses. Anytime I put on a little black dress, I'm just like, oh, okay. In Vogue got a new member. I could be the new member of In Vogue. But I
Yeah,
mean, that was a trend that they started. So I mean, a lot of women started getting onto that, and that's why I wear a lot of black dresses because of In Vogue. Them,
yeah, that's
but
what they call themselves in vogue because it means I believe in style. That's what it stands for. I think.
yes,
Hmm.
yes, in style, you're ahead of the current trend. And even with me, I try to look through a lot of fashion magazines and watch what's going on in Paris Fashion Week, or watch what's going on in New York Fashion Week, or Milan Fashion Week. It's so many. And I always keep my eye here on the gram as well too to see who wore what. And I pull that inspiration from them, and I make sure to give them credit. And I say, hey, this was inspired by this person. This was inspired by this person. And one time I wore that two piece where it was like, okay, shorts and then a crop top. That wasn't inspired by nobody, but just me. I just wanted to do something wild and crazy. And I had the lime green hair at the time. And I said, okay,
Lime green.
yes, it was. Let me see if I can find it. I have so many looks, y'all. You have to go to my Pinterest. This is what I'm saying. Make sure you guys are following me on Pinterest. Currently, I have, and I'm gonna give you guys the total of how many looks I have all together because I have so many. Okay, my pin section is titled Miss Stevie's LOTW, and you guys can
Oh,
see all of my looks there. It is so many. Now
so how many? How many?
I have at least 1,100 pins, and we're going through. Those are a few of them.
No, I'm
So you guys have to make sure that you're following me on Pinterest, Miss Stevie's LOTW, and you guys can see some of the looks on there. I told you I don't like to stay the same, y'all. I do not like to stay the same. I'm
changing
always
your look.
changing.
Changing your look every day is such dedication and hard work, but it's so amazing.
Yes.
Every day, not no same hairstyle every day. That is crazy and cool at the same time, and it just goes on and on and on. I
Yes.
love it.
I'm trying to find the one where I had the green hair. Now I've done pink hair, purple hair. I'm always changing. I don't like to stay the same. And fashion is about stepping outside of your norm and doing things you wouldn't typically do. And that's what I tend to do from time to time. So once I find the one with the green hair, I'm gonna pull it up so you guys can see it. 'Cause I
I
don't
want
really
to see
like to dig in my lookbook like that. Because I lose count and I don't like to look in it because I lose count of what did I wear on this day? What did I wear on this day? And what did I wear on this day? But you have to be, you have to have a great memory. I see those flames. Yes, I'm glad y'all love it. I'm always changing. So just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Who knows what's next to come? So my brother Kate was like, okay, what you doing today, sister? I said, I can't tell if I wouldn't tell. And I think Chrissy asked Kate, I can't remember. One of them asked her to. And they were just like, what is she going to be wearing today? Nobody knows. So you just have to stay tuned. So many great
Yeah,
interviews, so
mystery
many great
is good.
looks.
Keep 'em guessing.
I love mystery. I love to keep people guessing and wondering what is to come next. What is to come next? Now, that green look, I'm still looking for that green look. I'm going through here and talking to y'all while I'm doing it. Thank y'all so much for the love and support. Y'all make sure that y'all go and subscribe to Style by Stevie Daytime on YouTube. If you have not, hit that community tab and you will be informed on a lot of things that we have. We just celebrated International Women's History Month. A lot of great information there. Black History Month facts, all of that and so much more is on there. So y'all make sure y'all go and check out that community tab. Also, make sure that you're following me here on the gram as well too. While I'm talking to you, I'm looking for this look with the green hair. Give me one sec. Give me one sec, y'all. It's coming. I feel it coming. It's getting warmer.
Gonna be a while, cause them looks. You said
It's
1,100 looks.
like
Ooh, you might.
1100. Yes. I'm looking at all of them now. Boom. I found it. There we go.
Oh, I remember that picture. You
Yes.
look
Yes,
like
yes,
you look like a
yes.
mermaid. Oh yes,
Yes, yes, yes. And it was a
Mer-
two-piece. It was like biker shorts and a crop top. And I said, okay, this is a little bit out of my element because typically you would see me in a dress or a gown, but let's go ahead and rock it. And I just said, let's go on ahead and do it. So from there,
I
that's
like.
what
I like.
it's all
I
about.
like the mermaid look. I like it.
Yeah. And I just paired the shades with it. And I think I was looking at something either Meg or Cardi B did with colorful hair. And I said, okay, I want this to work. Lord Jesus, please let it work on my skin tone because I'm very particular about certain hair colors that I wear because I want it to blend in with my skin tone perfectly because I'm a chocolate sister. So I'm just like, okay, will this work? Will it won't work? When I first tried it at first, I'm just like, okay, how will people receive it? Will people like it or will they won't? Because they'll be saying, oh, what you look, people have their observations and things about, how they want you to look. So I was very cautious. I consulted with the professionals about that one. So I said, just go ahead and do it. But I loved it. I loved it. I have so many. But you guys check it out on Miss Stevie's LOTW, which stands for Look of the Week. And LOTD stands for Look of the Day. So when you see me post every Friday, Look of the Day, or OOTD, that means Outfit of the Day or Look of the Day. So you can vote that way because I always try to change it up throughout the week. So who knows what
Would,
it's going to
would
be
you do?
tomorrow?
Would you do like a mermaid dress, like you know how Sade had her little mermaid era?
Yes, I
Yes.
absolutely would. And I actually have one that had a mermaid train, and it was like a corset on me, and it's black and pink, and I wore
Yes.
it, and I think
I
somebody
have a
said
shirt. I have a shirt with Sade on it. It's a black shirt, and she's in gold, and she's like sitting down, and you can't really see her face, but you can tell that you can see her beautiful hair, and then she has on like the mermaid, like the fish bottom. Like I
oh,
love that shirt. My best friend wanted me to wear that for her birthday because she was doing a mermaid theme, and that shirt is just amazing, and like that gold, and it pops.
it's something about the color gold. This is the dress. This is the dress where it's almost like a mermaid's. If you look closer at the detail,
That's a
that
beautiful
pink and black.
look.
Yes, beautiful detailing. And then this is the back of the gown. I told you it's almost like a corset, so you guys can see it. But that was the gown that I was talking about. I have a couple of them where it's just like, okay, let's go with it. Where's that other one? There was another one in here too. Now this one had a pretty long train. This one, yes. So you guys can see
I
it.
remember that picture. Hmm.
I have a couple that have like a mermaid train thing going on, and I'm just enjoying it, loving it, and saying at the same time, Lord Jesus, please don't let me trip on this train. I want it to be perfect. This one is more so like the birth of Venus. So Pretty in Pink. This is the dress that I wore when I did my interview with Keith Boykin. And that was, I think, in the kicking off this season 2025.
Mm.
So yeah, not too long ago, but so many looks, so many looks. But y'all make sure that y'all are staying tuned and seeing what's to come else this season. We're now in the spring months, so y'all stay tuned for that. But before we wrap, Eugene, because we touched on a number of things from
Oh,
fashion
wow, it's
to
almost time to go already.
care, self care. Let's see. Yes, we did. Oh, we did almost to 5 o'clock. This is an hour show, y'all. Almost every interview we've done has been an hour show. So
Mhm.
before we go, we touched on confidence. We touched on self care, and because I'm gonna bring you back in the winter too.
Yes.
What gems would you give to people as we go into the now spring months, where it's more so like an awakening for all of us?
I guess this is what we were talking about. Always be safe, be bold, be
Oh yeah.
confident. We're going into a month like be loud, but not well. Be loud as you want,
Oh
but
yeah.
I don't really, I really don't know. I'm just like, I'm just coming into my own. So just be as creative as possible. Live your life always. Self-care is very important
Oh
as
yeah.
far as mental, spiritual. Always find ways to reinvent yourself. Always try to just be bold and find something new to do. Get into hobbies if you like a hobby. Try to learn more about it. I'm always into research, and yeah, that's about it. About as far as spring.
Y'all, today's final thought comes from Thomas A. Edison, and he says many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Never give up. Follow your endeavors, your dreams, your passions, and as that flame, as Pure Lux Salon just put in the comments, says, continue to live your life through fire. I want all of you to be encouraged. And as Eugene just said also, live life boldly. Now is the time for you to be authentic, your authentic self, and to continue to pour into yourself. That's why in this time, in these trying times that we're having, make sure that you are pouring into yourself. Self-care is very, very critical and important. Unplug from time to time if you have to. Exercise. My method is a little more costly. Retail therapy. So
Yeah.
find your outlet that works for you. Find an outlet that works for you. Another outlet for me is writing in my diary. I have a diary. So
Oh, I used
every
to do
day,
that all the
right
time.
after, I see a lot of people talk about gratitude journaling. Get out here and write in your journal. Write down anything that you want to complete for the year. Write down any goals you want to complete or accomplish. And speaking of writing, joining me tomorrow, we have Kentrell A. Wright, who will be joining me tomorrow at 3. And then we have George M. G. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow as well, too. Very, very, very excited.
And
But
the best
other than that, I
thing
want you
about
guys.
the
What were you
best thing is
saying?
like
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
you can go in and once you're done completing that journal, you can go back from the beginning and then you can reread it and you can see the growth that you had. Like let's say you started that journal back in 2020 during COVID, and then you in that journal now, which is 5 years later. Go back and read it, and you can see like so much growth that you had from that 5 year span. Of how many years you started that
Oh yeah.
journal. I used to love doing my old journals. So much
I
growth.
I it's so crazy you said that real quick before we go because I'm looking also at my journals that I have from the past. I collect them all. I collect journals after I'm done writing with them. I put them all together and I go back through entry by entry. Like this one right here that I currently have dates all the way back to December of last year, 2024. So
Mhm.
yeah, we're going to still keep writing, still keep going, and that would be my advice to anybody as well too. If it's something that's on your mind or something you want to say, put it on paper, write about it. If you have a film or something that you want to work on a script for, put it on paper. Put that thought out there, put that emotion, anything that you're feeling, or put it in a song. Whatever works for you. Just make sure that you are continuing to write about it, because writing is therapeutic. Uh, Talking about it is therapeutic. Hence why I do this platform every day, because I want you all to have an escape and outlet away from all of the craziness that's going on. And know that you're in a safe space with me, because we are in this together. We're not alone. We got to look out for one another. And I want you all to just make sure that you're taking care of your mental health, because your mental health is sacred. You are sacred and you are precious as well too. So remember those things. And that's something that I want to leave you all with before we go. So Eugene, before I bring you back, because I'm definitely going to bring you back in the winter as we close out this year, I'm going to send you those dates. But where can everyone follow you and check you out?
Well, as always, you can always follow me on Facebook, which is just simply Eugene Bracy. That's Eugene. B as in boy, Racy. Don't you dare put an E in my last name. You can follow me on Instagram, which is ebracy07. So yeah, that's where you can follow me. I'm always on there. I'm always on Facebook, and yeah, I'm on Instagram pretty often too. So, but yeah, I'm on Facebook a little more, but follow me on both.
All right, Fashion Dolls. And again, joining me tomorrow, we have Kentrell A. Wright and George M. Dean joining me. So make sure you guys tune in, and I will see you then. Talk to you next time, Fashion Dolls. See you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.